Welcome to your daily English listening practice. Today's story is called The Whistle in the Tunnel. Evelyn loved exploring forgotten places. Old buildings, abandoned stations, places where time seemed to stop. So when she heard about the tunnel under Hollow Hill, she had to see it for herself. Locals said it used to be part of a railway that was never finished. The project stopped after a strange accident, an explosion that sealed half of the tunnel forever. No one ever went near it anymore. But legends said that at midnight, if you stood near the entrance, you could hear a whistle echoing from deep inside. Not from a train, but from something else. Evelyn arrived just before midnight. Her flashlight flickered as she walked down the overgrown path. The air smelled like wet earth and metal. Owls called in the distance. She reached the tunnel entrance, a black archway covered in moss. A cold wind blew out from inside, as if the tunnel itself was breathing. She laughed nervously and hit record on her phone. "This is Evelyn. I'm standing at the old Hollow Hill tunnel. Locals say it's haunted. Let's find out." Her voice echoed back at her, but it didn't sound like her own. She stepped inside. The light from her phone barely reached the walls. Each step echoed for seconds. Water dripped from the ceiling. After a few minutes, she stopped and listened. Only silence. Then, a faint whistle. At first it was soft, like the sound of wind passing through a pipe. But then it grew louder, closer, almost human. Evelyn froze. She raised her phone to record again. "Did you hear that?" she whispered. The sound came again. 3 short notes, like someone signaling her from the dark. "Hello?" she called out. No answer, only the echo of her voice fading into the tunnel. She kept walking, just a few steps more, and then her flashlight went out. Darkness swallowed everything. She tried to turn it back on, but the screen stayed black. Only the whistle continued, slow, rhythmic. Then another sound. Footsteps behind her. "Okay, that's enough," she said, forcing a laugh. She turned around, nothing. Her heart was pounding now. But when she looked back toward the entrance, it was gone. Only endless darkness. She started to walk faster, breathing hard. Every few seconds, the whistle echoed again, closer each time. It seemed to come from both directions now, in front and behind. She began to run, but the faster she moved, the louder it became, almost like the tunnel itself was mocking her. Then she saw something ahead, a faint light, the exit. She sprinted toward it, but as she got closer, she realized it wasn't daylight. It was the red glow of an old railway lamp swinging slowly in the air. Beneath it stood a figure, tall, thin, wearing a train conductor's uniform, but the skin was pale as dust. The figure lifted its hand and brought a rusty whistle to its lips. Evelyn screamed and turned back, running the other way, but the tunnel twisted endlessly, like a loop. Her own footprints appeared in front of her. She stopped, gasping. The air was freezing now. Her phone vibrated in her pocket, a notification. She pulled it out. A message from an unknown number. "You shouldn't have come. We're still under here." She dropped the phone. The whistle came again, right beside her ear. She turned. The conductor's face was inches away, eyes empty, mouth open in a silent scream. Everything went black. When Evelyn's friends came looking for her the next morning, they found her car still parked near Hollow Hill. Her phone was on the seat, still recording. The video ended with her voice whispering, "It's getting closer." Then, one final whistle. They say sometimes when the night is quiet and the wind moves just right, you can still hear that sound coming from the old tunnel. 3 soft notes, calling someone new inside. And once you answer, you never come back out. Now, let's practice your understanding. What was Evelyn exploring? What sound did she hear in the tunnel? What did the conductor do when she saw him? What did her friends find the next morning? Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow for another English learning story you'll never forget.